Hello dear viewers and customizators! Welcome to the fourth episode of the Hypersimulator build. After testing and setting up the simulator for almost a year, the time has come to finally finish it. These are some finished parts ready for assembly. It took an incredible amount of time to finish them, and filming it would prolong it even further, so I decided to take a bit different approach in this episode. I did not go in too much detail what, how and why was made, and rather make only a finished parts assembly video. I will explain all the features of the simulator and upgrades in the coming episodes. So let's begin with the assembly. This is the base of the simulator. I apply some lithium grease and slide the two main columns that will raise the wheel position up and down. Now I have to move the whole thing to the side to mount the other two columns. Move the thing again to upwards position. And this is the part that will hold the computer and all other gizmos. And finally I assemble the wheel angle thingy and connect it with the movable columns. And yes, I did remove this rusted screw. I will replace most of the screws with more beautiful ones later on anyways. Now we have the main frame of the rig assembled. Right, moving on to the motor that will be used for moving the wheel angle adjustment. I am in the good company of my helpers Ivona, Coco, Ola and Bex. Let's get back to that wheel angle assembly thingy. This motor and drive mechanism are from Audi A8 steering column. Good stuff. The motor is driving the threaded rod with a steel cable. And this is what it looks like. And back to side again. I am using standard seat rails for moving seat forward and backward. And this is the plate where the front of the seat is going to be mounted to. Moving on to the seat driving mechanism. The main threaded Acme rod is from original BMW E30 jack that is supplied with the car. The motor is from car window lift system, and some other parts like chain sprockets and chain are from very old copying machine. Now I'm just finishing this up with a chain tensioner. Let's see it in action. I wonder if there are some BMW engineers here to see their 35 years old jack being used in a racing simulator today. I bet they would be amused. Just look at it go. Yeah, you guessed it, back to upward position again. These are the threaded rods that will move the wheel up and down. Nothing complicated here, just a ball bearing inside a 3D printed case bolted with 4 screws. Yeah, back to side again. I need to install chain sprockets on the threaded rods. I also need to make sure chain sprockets are level to each other. Now I just need to install the motor and this big chain. Tighten it up and test it. Moving on to the pedal assembly. The pedal assembly is moving forward and backwards on BMW E30 seat rails and is also moved by a car window lift motor. The entire assembly is bolted on with 4 screws. Installing the motor, the chain and the chain tensioner. And finally, test it. More about pedal assembly in the next episodes. And now I am assembling the rest of the seat assembly. And this is how seat is moved forwards and backwards. Let's continue with seat platform assembly. This is the universal joint that will allow the seat to move in all directions. And now the time has come to install the servo linear actuators. And yes, I did disassemble them completely. After all, I did have to get rid of that silver coating on the aluminum extrusions. I also checked for any wear that might happen during testing period. And of course, there were none. These industrial grade actuators are really robust and are designed for extensive use in automatization industry. They didn't even feel my testing period. Just enjoying watching them being assembled. This is the mount for the traction loss actuator. You can see all the position I tested by the amount of holes drilled. I built this to be able to move it in all directions and find the perfect position that felt just right. I had to make sure actuators do not collide with anything or each other while moving. This was not an easy task and it took a lot of time. Every millimeter was important while doing this. And with this, we are going to finish this episode. If you did not already, please consider subscribing. and maybe even like and share the video. A lot more interesting content is coming. See ya and stay customized.